Welcome to the It's All Fine and Dangy podcast, where hosts Dan and Angie talk with creatives, small business owners, charities, and all kinds of interesting people. It's all real talk. It's all fine and dangy.
I feel like Clark Griswold when he's trying to grab the ladder and he doesn't decide grabbing on, he's about to fall.
Okay, so we're recording. We got a red button right there.
A red light, we do. Yeah, red light on that one over there. You guys see a red light? I can't
see red lights
it.
everywhere. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
All right. So hey everybody. Hi. How's it going? I'm looking at the. Why am I looking at the camera like that?
I don't know, but I'm keeping that.
I know you are. And this will be an outtake or something. No, it doesn't even need to be an outtake. We don't even delete anything anymore. We keep it all because you know what? It's real talk. That's what it is. So we are actually here at the Crafted Scent Bar, which I discovered some time ago through a friend, of course. You know, well, my BFF, Miss Mindy Fox. And what a unique little business that the Crafted Scent Bar is. We are sitting here with Mellisa and Madison McHaffie. I said it right. Yes. I did it. And
I'm glad you said it. I just listened in so then I can memorize how to say it.
And we are here in Eustis, right in my town that I work in, right around the block there. And I didn't even know this was in the backyard of where I work until somebody told me about it. And it is such a great little business that you have here. So first of all, tell everybody what the Crafted Scent Bar is, because people are probably going, "What is that?
I'm going to ask. I'm going to ask all the questions from like that level because I purposely know less than she does about it because it's an intriguing concept, and I'm excited to kind of learn what this is all about.
Yeah, you haven't been here before. So
I stepped in for 1 minute when you had a huge crowd during that event that was going. So it's nice to really see, to kind of get a chance to really see it. Oh,
well, thank you guys for having us on.
Absolutely.
Of course.
And you are first-time podcast interviewees.
Yes, this is our first podcast. So yes,
very nice. And this is our first remote in 6 months, 8 months.
I know
maybe.
It took us a little while. Like we got to get back in the rhythm
groove.
of it.
Yeah. So it's nice to make this sort of, our kicking back off to get out in the field.
Yeah. I'm glad you guys are here. So Crafted Scent Bar is a place where you can come in and we've got about 50 different scents that you can pick and choose from. I set them out over here. They're all separated into color-coded scent families.
Do you have all 50 of them memorized?
No.
Okay, put you on the spot.
I'm getting there, but not totally.
I got you.
Not totally. Madison is our math teacher, so she's numbered them. So she loves the numbers.
Oh,
so she numbered them 1 to 50, but then I had to kind of get them separated into scent families. And
Oh, I get it. Things that go together.
Roy G. Biv? Is that what
red?
Yeah. It's
exactly.
the rainbow. Exactly. In order of the rainbow.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
It just helped me keep it straight anyway.
Yeah.
So
I love it. Though it kind of appeals to people of, two different minds, Oh, I like it numbered. I like it colored.
Exactly. Yep. It's like scientific and art,
Artsy.
creative.
Yeah, creative. I love that.
Me too.
So you can mix and match up to 3 different scents and you make like your signature scent. So with that signature scent, then you can make a variety of different projects. You can do wax melts. You could do different candles. You could do reed diffusers, car diffusers, all kinds of different scented items. So.
I love that.
Okay, I get why. So I'm going to be the novice here, but I get why. That's so you don't mix two together that just do not go together if you don't have any concept of that. Is that kind of why you have them categorized, or do they all go together?
No, they don't actually.
No, they do not.
I can make burning tire when I'm here on accident.
You might, you might.
What was that one? Cinnamon lawnmower?
Cinnamon lawnmower.
That sounds amazing, though.
Yeah.
So bad.
Was it bad?
Yeah,
so bad.
You can tell that story.
No, my cousin and her, she's going to kill me for this. My cousin and her boyfriend were here for my birthday, where we got around the bar and made some candles. And he mixed, coffee and bamboo and coconut. Mm-hmm. Ooh, and we helped him name it because it smelled like cinnamon mixed with a lawnmower.
See, this is where we need your help, though, because it sounds like those are 3 things I like the smell of. I guess they just don't go together.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah,
right.
we have you take the lids off of 3 of them and kind of smell them together just to see if that's what you want. And then if that doesn't work and I see that these scents maybe wouldn't in my brain go together, I'll bring bigger ones over and take the lids off and be like, what do you think about this? And then somebody will be like, ooh, let's take this one out. And then, so.
Yeah.
And then sometimes they're like, I like it. And I'm like, okay, you're going to be the one that's smelling it. So
whatever floats your boat.
That's what's great about it, though. It's, because some of the candles that I buy, you might not like the smell of. Like, I don't like real strong floral scents, but my mom loves, like, those very strong scents. And I'm like, oh, gosh, I got to go home. I got to get out of this house right now.
Yeah.
I like more of the warm kind of, like, vanilla or
banana
peachy.
nut bread.
Yeah, like things that are more warm.
Those are cruel, though, because you come home and you think the food is ready.
Right.
It's true.
You baked today?
I smell
Oh,
cookies.
yay.
Oh, it's a candle.
No, lie.
But we're kind of the same that way because I like jasmine and lavender and those kind of, especially lavender, like mint lavender. Is that a thing? Wasn't that like a scent at one point?
Yeah, peppermint, eucalyptus.
That's the one.
That's the one
Yeah.
he likes.
Yeah.
And
definitely.
it's like a calming vibe almost.
Yeah.
So you have that kind of thing as well.
I am actually adding eucalyptus very soon because I've had quite a few
nice.
people ask about eucalyptus. And I was thinking about getting that blend, but then I think maybe I'll get individual ones so that they can blend with whatever.
Customize it.
Yeah.
Eucalyptus with lavender would be really good.
It's a good
Oh, nice.
Or
scent.
lemon.
But with the with her samples over there, with the labeled by number and color, you do kind of have them categorized, maybe where they have similar scents. So, like, if you can stay all in that category if you want, but I feel like when you do that, one of them is the dominant one and the other two just don't really stand out at all.
Yeah.
Is what ends up happening. That's why it's nice to kind of mix and match it, because you're going to have one that just trumps the other ones without bringing the other ones to the surface if they're all kind of in the similar category.
And that's why I like that, people can, it's all unique to you because you guys could both pick the same scents, but the ratio of what you put in, like lemon is always stronger, coffee is always a stronger one. So you smell a little bit and you think, okay, I want to not as much lemon, more of this other one, so that you can kind of balance it out. So it's not like you have to go equal parts of each scent. That's what makes it so unique.
Yeah.
Depending upon your own
I mean,
taste,
literally
but-
every can. When you do come and take the class here, you want to make sure that you write down your scent. Like,
So you can
write
make it
down,
again.
because if you really love it, you want to be able to recreate it with your measurements and everything.
Yeah.
Because, Melissa and Madison, they're just walking you through it. You're doing it yourself. And we love that we love when we find unique experiences like that. And that's what the Crafted Scent Bar is. It's a very unique experience. It's not just, I'm going to come in and buy a candle. Nope. It just makes it so much more special.
It's also an event. I mean, it is a bar, the Crafted Scent Bar.
Got it.
But I want to back up just a hair. And, cheers, absolutely. Well, let's take the time to do that for sure. So how was this place, how was this idea born? Because I don't think I've ever heard of a place like this before.
I have not.
So I've been making candles since she was born. So I've been a candle maker all her life.
Usually she exposes me. That's 24 years.
How did you learn how to
Forced
do that,
exposure.
I know.
It's going to be fun. We're going to make a candle. She's like, I've already made 60 of them.
But how did you learn how to make candles?
Well, it was 1998 and I was, on the computer. Did we have Google back then? I don't quite remember, but I know that it was just a lot of
Wasn't it always
searching.
here? Like,
And
Are you trying to say I'm older than Google?
and reading. I don't know. Just taught myself.
Yeah.
I didn't want to
That's
go
cool.
back to work after I had her, and my dad said, "Well, why don't you make candles?" And I was like, "Well, you buy candles, you don't make them. What are you talking about?"
someone makes them.
Taught myself, and then her dad and I had a business, and we had consultants that sold them for us, and like a kiosk up at the Lake Square Mall for a little while.
Oh, cool.
Oh, so like boutique kind of candles, like.
Yeah, back then we were just making them in mason jars. Was kind of our look.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
we've got some
little country look or something.
Yeah, we've got some old ones up on the shelf over here. You'll have to take a look before you
yeah,
guys go because
definitely.
it's pretty interesting to see
Dan
how
can take
far.
like a little before and after picture, like
Like
where
your
we
nostalgia.
began,
Right.
where we are now.
That's cool.
You'll
though.
get
It's
a,
like
you'll get
people
a
that have
kick out of my little flyers over there too. My mom just found the other day.
The old fly. I'll have to check that out. It's kind of like people that have like their first $1 bill in the frame or something.
Right,
It's like
yeah.
nostalgia.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
cool.
I love that though. It's something that you could, make a little bit of side money with, and it was a hobby. It keeps you busy and, keeps your mind working too.
Yeah.
Well, how did it go from, so that's how you learned how to do it?
So that was back then. We had a fire and lost our shop, but it was the best smelling fire that they had ever fought.
Oh my gosh,
so
that is a great line. That is a great line. They probably didn't put it out in a hurry.
Oh,
especially if it was calming scents.
Right. Now
listen to the background, everybody.
That's candles
the truck
burning.
Came.
Oh no,
it's candles burning. Nothing's burning down though.
Not like the first shop.
We do have some.
Not like the first
we have
shop.
a big truck out front, but they're going to go away.
So the first shop was like your main business that you had though, that had burned down, right?
Yeah.
You and your husband.
Yeah, back then. So after that happened, I just kind of lost, the umph to be in business.
Yeah.
Big loss.
Yeah.
Killed your spirit, kind of.
Yeah. I mean, once you work so hard to get it to that level, and then you're like, I'm not starting from scratch again. And I think we had exhausted our funds at that point too.
Yeah.
We were kind of
course.
So did it always for friends and family and, Christmas and weddings and different things like that throughout the years. Kind of got back into it again when we lived over in Palm Harbor, kind of like a vendor at an event at Clearwater Beach at night. They do that sunset festival every night at sunset.
Oh, well, we're going there this weekend, so we need
you'll have to get
check out Pier 60.
Pier 60, Pier 60. You can take your stuff out and sell it. But
that's cool.
Trying to find a parking space in Clearwater and then dragging the candles down and then the hot candles
and the heat.
and the moist air, with the labels.
Salty air.
It was
a
just
great mixture.
Yeah. So
I can relate with my books because if it's raining or there's certain things that you really need to be inside if you can.
Yeah, that's a huge factor because then some of your inventory and all that stuff gets messed up and so I just always wanted a shop someday. That was kind of always my retirement goal. So then fast forward, I moved back here around 2017 and got back into banking. I've always been a banker by trade.
So there's that creative side and then the sort of math side.
Well, I don't know if it's the math side. It's more of the survival side.
Yeah.
The financial side. That pays the bills, right?
I've always been sales and people and connecting. And I think I took a test one time and my strength was empathy. So it was,
that's a weird banker
she's the
trait.
It is. It was better for the sales piece.
A lot of loans going on there.
Approved. Bam.
That's why I was like, don't let me approve loans. Do not give me that job. No.
It reminds me of the movie with Jim Carrey.
Yes Man.
Where all of a sudden he's like approving every single loan.
These people seem nice. Let's go.
Right,
a loan for $60. You got it, buddy. You got it.
But it
and I would be like, no, they can't afford that. She's a single mom. She doesn't need another loan.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's the flip side of, I guess, the empathy. Sure.
Right, yeah.
So how did, so you were a banker, you moved back, and then you got back into banking, or was that the first time you were into banking?
No, I've been in banking since I didn't want to go back to work when I had her. Yeah. So I've been there the whole time.
So out of necessity, and I guess technically skill set, you said, I'll just bite the bullet and pay the bills and do banking.
Pretty much. That's what I did
That's so common for people.
Yeah. And then in February of 2020, I went to a board and brush event with my stepmom and made one of the projects on the wall. And when I got home, and when I got home that night, I was like, I always remember these. I always remember when we make stuff, when we paint, when we do, the board and brush. Those are just, so I thought, I bet I could do this with candles. So then the ideas just started flowing like they did when I first started.
The notebook starts getting filled up.
I have so many notebooks.
So many notebooks.
But that's a real passion. Like you weren't filling notebooks full of banking ideas, right?
No.
It was a real passion
You
kicking
sparked
in.
something and that creativity just started overwhelming you.
Yes, pretty much. And then, of course, in March of 2020, everything got shut down, pulled off the road because I was an outside sales rep. And so then that was 2 weeks, which was fine. I'm like, oh, no, that's okay for 2 weeks. And then it was 2 months.
Yes.
And then it was 2 years.
Yes.
And I live alone, and it just wasn't good for my mental state to be, alone like that.
Sure.
And I kept hearing this voice. You've got to start this business. You've got to get out of the house again, and other people need to get out of the house again. I just couldn't stop. I didn't want to. I'm like, no, I'm pretty comfortable. In my cushy bank job, I really don't think I want to just spend all my money, all my savings, and open up a business. but I couldn't not.
I love that. I love it when people follow their passions.
Oh, scary. It's so scary, but it's so rewarding.
The reward outweighs that fear.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's what I just got a Beach Bum Creations. They hand do the rings.
Where they like pound it in
Faith
there?
over fear is mine.
Oh, I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely. So you took the leap.
Took the leap.
And how did you find this space? Like, do you live in this area? How did you come to Eustis?
Yeah, I live literally 2 miles down the road, so
perfect, then.
it's perfect. I love sunsets. You know, I've always loved this little area. I thought, this would be the cutest little spot for a business. So I signed the lease in May and had some issues with the build out. It came in way over my budget. I was like, I guess I'm not doing this thing now.
Oh, that's got to be tough too. The back and forth. It's on again, it's off again.
Right.
But I think
so
you told me
excited.
this. Then Madison suggested something, right?
Yeah. What did you tell me?
What did you suggest?
So I told her to ask my dad because he's been in construction most of his life, off and on, and so you get to finish the story. This is where you get to be emotional.
Oh gosh, but I'm not going to get emotional today. So so she said, "Ask Daddy," and I'm like, "I'm not asking your daddy. We've been divorced a long time. I don't know if you guys have been, through divorce, but you."
Yes, I'm a professional.
It's yes. So you know that there's just that, and we never got past that. Even up to February of 2020 when my son got married, we were still kind of, I asked him, he said, of course. He showed up with his wife, and she comes in and she goes, well, we can paint the ceiling for this, and we can do the granite and the floors and this, and it was all within budget. And I was like, wow. Oh my gosh. And then they showed up and they did the work, and it just became this amazing, everything was falling into place. It was and it was just such a healing for our whole family.
I was going to say, dare I say that this place almost already became like a tool to fix an open wound in the family.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's already a success. You can close your doors up.
Yeah.
Roll credits.
I mean, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's how but that's just how, that was my validation. That was my
It's the universe.
You're moving in the right direction,
Yeah.
Melissa. Keep doing what you're doing because it was pretty amazing.
Oh, I love that too. I keep saying that through this whole interview. But I do.
But we really do. Like when we hear stories and we've repeated this a couple times as well in some of our interviews, but we have heard so many amazing stories of businesses starting in 2020 that are so successful
out
now.
of COVID.
And
there's a running theme of getting some kind of sign along the way that's
it's time.
We've heard stories from sitting in my car crying because I didn't get the money to looking across the street and seeing this thing and then it taken very similar to what you're saying because it's almost like you can tell when you fall into the groove of what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of us kind of feel like, well, okay, I should do this. I know how to do this. This is making good money. But when you fall in the groove, it's totally different. It's like, work probably doesn't feel as much like work as it used to when you worked at the bank.
Right. Yeah. No, not at all.
you actually get a smile. Oh,
Yeah.
Day to go to work today.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, here you are
get that
at
little
work
pep
at
in your
8
step.
p.m.
I know. And it's fantastic because I don't have to make the candles. Everybody else makes the
I know.
candles. That's the best part of all this thing because I don't have to come up with the creative names. I don't have to worry if people are going to like the ones that I make and the scents that I pick. It's
up to
it's your
them.
creation and it's, and that's the thing. It's just about that,
So what is so we just love how you have it set up in here because it's like a bar. And
it is a bar, yeah.
And normally the barkeep is here, which is her mother, which
My
is the most
mom.
cutest patootie ever.
She's adorable.
Rita. I got it right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And mom helps out, pitches in, and she's just witty and she's funny and
It's the most amazing.
She's just great.
It's the most amazing. What I don't know the word I'm looking for, but what has happened throughout all this, because I was at home miserable, working from home. She was at home retired,
Bored,
yes,
trying to find activities. To
exactly,
keep herself, yeah.
and now we get to spend
You get to see
every
each other
day together almost. It's the best.
Oh,
It's
I
the
love
best. Yeah.
And here I go again. I need a new saying besides I love it.
It's amazing. It's awesome.
She organizes the little scents into their colors, and it's like her brain game is what she calls it. And I'm like, it really is a great little brain game, you know?
It just keeps you busy too. Keeps the mind busy.
And from the customer side, I feel like what a neat concept, because I know you're going to kind of walk us through it a little more, but it almost feels like, and I don't know if it's, I would assume more of your clients are probably women. I don't know, maybe not, but I would assume that it's like, hey, let's go to the bar. We can sit at the bar and have some drinks and then have something really cool to do while we're sitting at the bar. So it's like it almost auto generates an environment where you're, instead of just having a drink and leaving, now you've got something to do together, and it lasts longer, and you're laughing and joking, and you get to take something else home, and it's
the smell of that candle brings back memories. So every time you light that candle, you're going to remember that time that you spent with your friend, or your mom, or your whoever, And you said, guys. We have had so many guys that come in, and sometimes they're drug in. Sometimes they come in unwillingly.
I thought you said drugged, but
but they leave
both
happy.
Times that I've been here, there's been guys here both times I've been here.
Very
so
nice.
Far.
Well, my bad for sure.
So Tammy's here, and this is going to air after this happens, but they will have hopefully had their first successful guys' night.
Yes.
What's guys' night? Well, what's girls' night? What's any of that?
So we have connected with Joey Meany with Joe Grows. So you guys know him
for sure.
With his beard oil. So we're going to allow the guys to scent their own beard oil.
I think that is so fabulous.
Yeah, so we're going to kind of debut it. It's a guys' night out. That's going to be this Saturday before Father's Day. And Brandon from Tribal Acres is also going to bring some beef jerky samples for the guys.
Oh, it sounds amazing already.
I know. And then Captain Crazy's Nuts is bringing some samples of that. It's like,
And you're going to have some beer, and they're going to make some
It's going to be amazing.
It's gonna be cool.
But the guys love it because we get the scales out, we get the beakers out. Once they see that it's sciencey.
Yes.
Oh, see, now I would like that a lot.
Yeah.
Yep.
See?
That's when everything shifts, and they're like, a scale. Oh, okay. They like it. And then they're like, I've made the best. Your next bestseller.
Oh, yeah.
This is it.
They turn it into a complete competition.
Every day,
and it's competitive.
Yeah.
It's competitive.
Yeah.
Oh, no, mine's better.
Women never tell me that they made the best scent ever, but men always do.
Every day
it's
there's
very
a
interesting.
new bestseller. But I also would think that giving that as a gift to, I guess if they came in with their wives, they wouldn't ruin the surprise, but their mom or something, it's probably a lot more personal. Like, I literally customized this smell for you.
Right.
Versus I just dropped into Walgreens and bought a candle or something.
A sense that I thought you would like.
Right.
Yeah.
Unless she has to then burn it in the garage. But, you never know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like with guidance, though. I mean, I know we talked about the burning tire and all, but it sounds like you've given enough guidance for...
Hey, maybe some people like burning tires.
Yeah. I
they
like
drive
tar,
hot rods
so,
or something.
Yeah.
But I was thinking, too, how sometimes the scents that you are smelling when you're going to make a candle, they bring back memories of things.
That's what I was thought when you first said that. Yeah.
Yeah, like, my grandma used to make, rhubarb pie. I don't know. She really did. But it would be that scent of like baking or, a certain perfume that your grandmother wore. And you might pick that up in something and be like, oh, wow. It might,
isn't that
I'm
weird?
sure you've probably seen
Do all candles
tears or
remind you
people
of...
get, emotional sometimes with it.
Well, at the very beginning, I had a grandma and her granddaughter, and the granddaughter smelled something, and she was like, oh my gosh, doesn't this remind you of when we lived at this place? And remember that candle that we had and blah, blah, blah. And then she ran to the wall, because all the scents are up there. She's like, it was just so cool, because they are, your scent and memory are, deeply connected.
Sure.
Yeah.
So
what are some of what are your favorite things when you're seeing people? Let's talk about like a walk-in Wednesday because that's what I've been to both times is a walk-in Wednesday.
Yeah.
You just walk in, you come in, you sit at the bar.
From 2 to 7 on Wednesdays.
2 to 7 Wednesdays. And so maybe you've got a group of people, 2 separate groups of people that come in. So what is like your favorite thing about that group of people or interacting with them? What kind of things have you seen happen?
I mean, I just love the way it's set up. It's kind of like a hibachi place, you know, where everybody kind of talks across the bar. It's not too far. So
like a real bar. Yeah. Like you,
you know, and people are really connecting here. I had gentlemen this past weekend, and they were both in the military. And they were just talking back and forth about their stories across the bar. And then they exchanged numbers at the end. And it was just like, what are you talking about right now? There was another one at the beginning, and there was a counselor here, and there was a woman here that had a daughter who was going through some things, and she really turned things around for her, and it's just amazing. You know, God really is doing good things here. I really believe that in my heart, and that's why I wanted to do it. Was I needed to get out and connect other people. You know, there's a reason that some people I think are. Yeah, come here and connect with each other. At least that's what
we've all just missed it so much. So, like with our podcast, we were going out like this, like before COVID happened. We were mostly traveling to locations to interview people at their place of business, and then that was shut down. Couldn't have anybody over at our house. But we still wanted to see people, so we started doing like
virtual,
and
it's okay, you know.
Good,
but
it's not the
different.
same.
Yeah,
there's an energy in the air. You can read people's body language. There's just there. I'm like you. I have to be around people. Yeah, and I mean, I'm kind of me and Dan are the same. We're like a little bit introvert. I'm a lot more extrovert, I think, but. Still, I like to be at home, be just in my little bubble.
If there's wine, I'm incredibly extroverted.
But there will be wine there.
Right.
He's like, okay, I'm gonna go. But when we couldn't have that physical contact with people, it was like you don't realize how much it is affecting your psyche. Yeah.
So the energy doesn't traverse the FaceTime call. It's I mean it's cool and we met some very cool people, but I guess I love all of our guests, but we didn't come out of any of those like we were friends now. We want to go back there. You know what I mean? There's a thing that happens in a room with people that it's just I don't know, it's more intimate and the energy's there. Yeah. And the space is really cool in here because it's almost like it's not too big, it's not too small. It's just the right size bar to where you could talk all the way across the bar to someone else. And it reminds me of almost like the old school bars where it used to be like that, where it used to be everybody kind of becomes friends at the bar.
More intimate, Hey guys, and there's not like loud music playing, so you can actually have a conversation.
Yeah. It really, I mean, listen, it's very quiet. Now that the truck stopped making noise out there, it's very quiet.
Thank you. But something that's really cool too is the small businesses are so supportive of one another, and you have a great group of people that you have kind of connected with. But you've partnered with a couple people in your store to help promote their small businesses. So not only do they serve wine and beer here, but also if you need a little nibble, if you need a little snack, like I do every time I come because I'm usually ravenous. She's seen me. I'm like, I got to eat right now.
Yep. So Florida Grazing does boxes, charcuterie boxes for us. You can pre-order those. You can pre-order them on Monday so that you have it for your walk-in Wednesday. CoCo sweet treats. We've got cotton candy. We've got fudge.
Yes, I finally tried the lavender one, and it was amazing.
What?
Yes,
that Meem's fudge is delicious.
Fudge. Yes,
the cotton candy. I brought my mom's addicted to the cotton candy.
Dan, because I'm like, well, I'm going to show him the candle, but he'll be more happy if I hand him this fudge
and have him eat it while I'm showing him the candle.
Smell the candle. He's like, but it doesn't smell like fudge. I don't understand why you eat it.
But you know what? In all seriousness, you've already named like 5 or 6 or 7 businesses that you've partnered with already. So it is sort of like a small business hub as well.
Well, what did we say earlier? Our vibe attracts our tribe.
Oh, that's a good
one. And that is exactly what has been happening. Yeah. The Whimsy girls, the Whimsy market. They came in and did a class, and I had just discovered them on Facebook. And as they were kind of, just kind of up and coming, and we connected. And so we partnered for my grand opening, So you guys were here. I mean, there were 32 vendors across the street, and it was
packed,
just
too. It was so great.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
And so from that, and then soaps and Vixen Lab soaps. I mean, we're gonna be doing lotion bars here soon. So we're gonna be doing little classes with different people, and
I love it. I love the partnering. I mean,
I do too.
And you're coming up in our neck of the woods to Apopka.
Yes. Creative Hub of Apopka. That is Tuesday the 28th. Is that the Tuesday?
Yes. We'll make sure.
It's Tuesday.
See, the cool thing about us doing this
is... It might have been passed by now.
Oh, by the time it comes out.
I don't know exactly when when this podcast will release. But if you're listening to it, it doesn't matter. You can still go check out the Creative Hub of Apopka.
Yeah. Because that won't be the last time. We'll be doing more.
Yeah, so if you live closer to that side of town, make sure you check and see if the Crafted Scent Bar will be there.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. I have a question about walk-in Wednesdays and such, though, because not knowing much about it, is it that you need to schedule your time except for Wednesdays? Is that how it works?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we've got Thursday night at 6, Friday night at 6, and then Saturday at noon, 3 and 6. Those are the scheduled times on the calendar, so you could book any of those. But I also do them, Monday nights, Tuesday nights, Thursday afternoons, Friday afternoons. It just depends on, when people want to get together. Or
so people just call you to find out what availability is for when they can
They can go to the website if they, if they want to book one of those spots that's available, or if it is something different, on an off night that they wanted to do, they could call me and, we could get it scheduled. So
excellent. Yeah. So the cool thing about when we record these is I have to go back through it anyway to match up the video and all. And so I'll take all of these businesses and yours and the links, and it'll all be in the show notes. So if you're listening to this on your podcast player or watching on YouTube, you just scroll down and click it so you don't have to go www and try to remember all that stuff. Yeah. So that's
Life
cool,
is
though.
Too easy. Push of a button nowadays.
Yeah.
Push of a
right.
button. So what other, how can somebody schedule a special event here? Let's say they have, there's a bridal shower or something like that.
Oh, good question.
Are you doing things like that?
Yeah. We did a bachelorette party.
Do you say no to anything?
Some
really.
things.
Some things?
Some things, but not things that have to do with Crafted Scent Bar usually.
It has to do with candles she's in.
Yeah, pretty much. So we do. I mean, if you book 11, you get the 12 for free. So I can do a maximum of 12 here. But we also do remote events, like we're doing at Creative Hub. We did a remote event at Stony Brook Hills not too long ago.
You were telling me
for
about
36 people.
That's amazing.
It was amazing.
So how does that work though? You show up with all the scents and all the stuff, and you just kind of do the same thing, but just
basically, we would it's one small tin that we did because I needed to restrict it because I could only bring so much wax with me, but it worked out really well. Everybody, I mean, it flowed well. I had, I had my daughter Madison here, and then my number one employee, my mom, she was there helping. So it was fantastic. And the coolest thing is there's 800 homes in Stony Brook, and so 36 of those people got to, didn't know each other. Not very many people knew each other when they went to that thing. And that's like the basic concept of this is
bringing people together.
Yes. In your backyard, your neighborhood, your neighbors, your town, not everything that's, so far out of
It's like an
reach.
Icebreaker, too. Like, so many people live in these huge communities, and nobody you don't even know your neighbor.
Common.
You don't even, you barely,
pull into your garage.
Try not to make eye contact too much, where you're like, I gotta go. I gotta get in my house. I don't want to
Everyone's
talk too
fenced
long.
in, and everyone pulls into their garage, and the door shuts.
Yep. So that's what's great about this. It's like an icebreaker now, where now that they see that person, they're gonna be like, oh my gosh, have you gone back up there? Have you
It's like building community as well. I love that.
It really is.
Yeah.
You knew I was going to say I love that, right?
It's like it's like my ulterior motive.
Yeah, I was going to say you get like this kind of little sparkle on you whenever you start talking about like
building
a little smile,
the
like a little
community.
something,
Well,
a little energy that comes off
Yeah.
you whenever you're talking about building people getting together and. Oh, these great! Oh my gosh, these two guys that never met each other, and then they shared information. But you're very excited about it.
I think it's those Pennsylvania roots.
Maybe, yeah.
But that's sort of. I feel like you definitely have a good thing here, but that's almost like the secret sauce, right? It's making it.
Maybe.
work
Maybe.
even more.
Secret sauce. That's a
Maybe.
good shirt.
And it is taking off. I mean, you guys have taken off like on social media. You have like 1,500 followers on Facebook now.
It's crazy. We just hit 1,500 followers the other night. And yeah.
That was our goal, 2,000 by August.
I think so.
You can do that.
I think so.
yeah, for sure you can.
You guys hit up Crafted Scent Bar on Facebook, Insta,
And TikTok. We don't have Twitter.
No Twitter.
No
We
Twitter.
do have TikTok, though.
We have Twitter, but I don't really know how to use it.
We don't know how to work
I don't know how to use it
We don't know how to
either.
work it.
So
I hear it's just a bunch of...
Let's be honest.
Noise,
I barely know how to work the Facebook. Did you see me taking a picture early? It took me like 20 minutes to edit the one little post I
We
put
put
on.
links
It's
on our
ridiculous.
Twitter to our Facebook page.
that's a good idea.
So 2,000 is the goal. So guys, definitely head over to the Crafted Scent Bar and give them a like. And you guys have amazing reviews, by the way. How many reviews do you have now?
I think we have 23. We have 23 5-star Google reviews. I don't know how many
That's
Facebook
amazing.
reviews, but we have quite a few Facebook reviews too. It's it's surreal, really. I just don't ever expect that that's what people. I mean, taking the time to do a review, like that takes time. We
People
know it
only
takes
take
time
the
to do
time
a
to do-
post, let alone a review.
I mean, we
Positive
always
too,
mean- we
because
always
people
mean
take
to do
negative
it.
time to do
Yes.
negative
Oh,
reviews.
yeah.
So positive, that's an accomplishment for sure.
And I feel like we always tell ourselves, "Oh, I'm going to do a review," and then we just forget. So it's like you literally have to do it
Right there, yeah.
Or you take your candle
And
home
I
you
don't,
start
and it's not
burning
one of
it
those
and-
things where I'm like, okay, you have to do a review right now, and you get this special thing. You know,
Yeah.
they just do it.
That's kind of cheating, right?
It is.
Percent
A
little
off if you
bit,
give me a
yeah.
positive review.
Yeah.
you know,
yeah. I've seen that before. At
So have I.
places.
Oh,
Yeah,
for
it's
sure.
I mean, if
super
it's
fun.
effective, but
Yeah.
we don't
Yeah.
need that.
No, you really don't. So just for the audience, what age groups would be a good fit for the Crafted Scent Bar? Because it's hands-on.
And it's a bar.
There is, and it's a bar, but there is some wax involved, which
hot wax.
Hot wax.
Hot wax.
So what do you think like a good age range would be?
I mean, we've had, some pretty mature, 6 and 7 year olds with mom guided,
Sure.
that was,
Okay.
a one, mom to child, not what mom with like 4 kids here, anything like that.
Yeah.
Right.
But I would say 10 and up is really,
Okay.
Good
you know,
target.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we just did a 10-year-old's birthday party, and
Oh,
all
wow.
of those 10-year-olds did fantastic.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
that's
and they
that's
didn't
great.
have a parent right next to them. They were kind of able to do it on their
Yeah.
own, which is the idea.
Sure.
And it's probably a good way to kind of get them interested in, like you said, all that sciencey measuring stuff.
Oh,
because
yeah.
Well,
they-
now I want to
they-
do it because we're talking about beakers and measuring.
Hey,
now.
So we have to have a
I
setup.
turned the wax up just in case. I thought,
Just in case you want to make a
Oh,
candle.
how cool would that
Your
be?
own special scent. You can make
right.
a little video
I'm
of
making
it.
bacon one or lawnmower clippings.
Not lawnmower and bacon, please.
Not together.
Don't.
We used to
Grass
have a bacon
clippings bring
scent back in
back
the
a memory.
day.
Bacon is one of those that's frustrating because it smells like bacon's cooking and then there's no bacon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
No
that's
bacon.
that's not good.
But there really was a grass clipping candle years ago.
I
that
know
was
your
popular,
children got
and
you
I-
one.
and I like that.
I
It's-
love the fresh cut grass. So
that's a memory smell.
I actually
Yeah.
pulled that one out the other day. I'm like, I think that I might have to add this into the mix because
I mean, especially if you're having a lot of guys' nights, that might be a
That's
good
true.
scent.
They might
you
want
know,
their
is-
beer to smell like it.
Yeah.
I mean, and we've had so many repeat customers that
You're going to have
we're
to.
going to need to add scents because so many people have seen even though there's how many different mixes, over 10,000 different mixes. You
Oh
could
my
do.
goodness.
Yeah,
I
we
was
figured
gonna
that out
ask
at the
what
beginning, but we've
Yeah.
added some.
Yeah.
But
I don't have my
wow.
calculator
But
on me.
still,
so.
I need to
Yeah.
be adding some, and we're going to do stuff for weddings, so for brides and grooms to come in and kind of sit down and
Me and
do
you were
their-
talking about that. That is a great idea. Black and white theme, kind
Oh my
of. Like,
gosh,
that's a
it's gonna
great
be
idea.
Amazing. Yeah, we're setting up at the Vetter grand opening, the carriage house at Vetter Farms.
Yes, I'm going to come and see you there. I'll be house sitting, so you can come with me.
Happy to.
It's out in Leesburg.
Happy
It's
to.
a wedding. I mean, we're already married,
Except
but we can go
for,
check out all the
We'll
weddings.
talk about it. I hate to
gonna be
leave our little one
gorgeous.
at home.
I know. Well, we have, our little puppy, and we don't leave her anywhere.
Yeah.
Is it
Like-
dog friendly?
Probably, I would think not for that
sure.
event. Just because you think?
I wouldn't. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I don't think so
don't
because
know.
they're going to have probably a lot of fancy stuff there. Because they'll have
Our
like
dog's
table.
pretty fancy.
Put a dress on.
Dress her
I mean,
up. If we dressed her up as a bride, OMG.
I'm sure
People
no
would
one
wanna
be
rent
upset
her.
about it, right?
Yeah.
I would want to rent her as
Nobody
a
would
flower
be upset.
girl.
She's very photogenic. I would say.
Put,
that-
put one of
is
those little
photogenic.
pillows on her or something. She could put
a little ring
Like a
bearer.
ring bearer.
Ring bearer.
But so you're doing an event. You're doing a wedding there. Is that what that is?
No, we're just setting up as a vendor. later for their grand opening. But we're going to talk to all of the brides and grooms about scentscaping their weddings.
I see.
So actually coming in and they'll create their own scent, and then they can scent everything from their invitations to the wedding venue to the favors to the thank you cards to, all
That's a cool activity for them to do together too.
Yes.
Awesome.
And then, like we were saying, then that smell reminds them. So when they take their hand sanitizer home or when they light the candle that's their favor, they'll remember that wedding. So
See, I was going to tell her, you mentioned hand sanitizer, and I was going to say at the end of each and every class, you get a special little gift.
You get a surprise.
It was a surprise.
It was a surprise
Is it a
before I
hand
went on.
sanitizer that smells like the candle you made?
Yeah.
Yes.
Secret is out.
That is cool.
The secret is out now.
The secret's out.
She takes the leftover oils so they don't go to waste and adds them with alcohol and witch hazel. Mm-hmm. And just so it cleans out the beaker with all the oils that you just used. Because, essential oils are expensive.
Sure.
Just to let everybody know. Okay. And then puts it in a little thing that you spray your hands. And it's a natural hand sanitizer, so don't dry your hands out.
So I don't mean this in an evil way because I think it's great, but it's almost like you're hacking everyone's brain because you're tapping into their memories, whether it be a candle they make in here, whether it be a candle they make in here that reminds them of something before when they were younger, or a time later that reminds them of being here doing it. So that's really, really cool.
See?
That's very, very
Clever
neat.
little
See,
girl.
That wasn't by accident.
What's that from? Jurassic Park?
Clever girl. Yeah.
Clever girl. So what's next for you guys? What's next? Like what's the dream?
Well, I think the dream is to franchise. Open
Build
some
communities everywhere else.
Yeah, exactly. Build little communities all over the place. Have
I love that.
Have women who are looking to spend their retirement. Wanting to get out of their careers
And men.
Start a little shop.
Couples, who knows?
I love that you said little, though, because I think, if you are going to franchise, keep it this small, little intimate setting.
Yeah.
Because that's what's bringing community together.
And you can define those requirements, like the bar has to be this wide.
Yeah.
There's something to that, I think, the intimacy of the...
To replicate. Yeah, absolutely. And then we'll have to have your dad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Southern Brothers Contracting. We got to give a shout out to them because they did such amazing work. So.
When I first came up here, you guys weren't open, and of course I was like being all nosy.
Oh, was that when I was here with you? We're trying to peek through the glass.
Oh yeah, we were
yes.
I'm like, I don't think anybody's hid there. Oh, that's really cool. Oh, that's really cool. And
I saw movement.
I saw
They're watching us. Just kidding.
We came in here so many times before the build out started. You probably did see us in here at one point.
Yeah. Well, no, this was after you guys were open because I didn't hear about you guys until after you. I said, that's the thing. Sometimes we discover things. They're like right there in our face. Like we have a glass blowing place right by us.
In Apopka?
In Apopka.
I've heard about that, yeah.
Old Kinderhook. And literally it's right there. And I'm like, what? We got to go do this thing.
Have you been?
Oh, yes, it's amazing.
I need to go. I would love to go. My son would love that.
Oh, it is such a cool
well
experience.
done.
And the place is like immaculate, clean, and just
it's
safety number one. And it's freezing cold, so you're not sweating like a regular, like you would think. You know?
Right.
So, but it's the same type. They're doing the same type of thing as you guys. The small set is small groups of people, and you get the one-on-one, and you go home and you've created your own
thing.
Your own thing.
Yeah.
Like,
nice.
You get help. I mean, obviously.
Right.
Like, just literally, if we tried to do it ourselves, it'd be like a ball, like all, mushed up. Like, if we tried to make our own candle.
I was going to say.
It'd be all clumpy because we didn't heat the wax the right way,
Plus the guidance on the scents in here. I do like that because I feel like, especially with alcohol flowing, for some of us, we might have some wacky ideas that you go, no, trust me.
Yeah.
It sounds like it would be good. It's not going to be good.
If you burn that at home, your wife's going to kill you. You just can't do it. Well, we look forward to everything that you guys are going to do in the future. We're big supporters already,
Indeed.
of course.
Thank
and just
you.
We love that we're a part of this community now, too.
I know. I'm so excited. It's
I can't
a great
do
little
a high-pitched voice like that, but I agree totally. So happy for your success. And it seems like it really is taking off.
Thank
I mean,
you.
there's something to be said for that, for sure.
So one thing I didn't mention was, I don't know did I tell you guys about the farmers markets?
No.
Well, I know about the farmers markets.
We-
What's kind
Let's
of
tell everyone
The city has partnered with us, and I've partnered with Whimsy, and we're going to start doing farmers markets in the parking lot where the grand opening was, starting in October, third Sundays, October through March.
Oh, they've already got them all booked.
Oh, yeah.
Like they're already, I've got all the
dates.
invites.
Now, are these Whimsy markets or just different
They will
farmers?
be, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
how great is
we'll
that?
be, yeah.
Yeah.
So, and it'll drive your business up here too, and make more connections with other small businesses.
It's
I'm just I'm stating the obvious.
I've visioned a farmer's market there before this even got going.
It's the perfect.
It was like as soon as this
Eustis
came,
doesn't have something like that.
They had the first Friday thing that they did.
which is great, but not a farmer's market for food. Like we need local food.
We need local food. We need like my mom is starting to grow milkweed for the monarchs because you can't find it anywhere. And I'm like, you start growing that.
I need to. I'll save if she's going to grow it, I'll save my pods because I have a lot of milkweed just randomly in my yard. So I'll save the pods and give you the seeds.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, she's got it. She'll take it.
Okay,
that lady can grow anything. I'm like, how come I didn't get that?
My yard is survival of the fittest.
Kill everything. I killed a bonsai tree.
We have a lot of fake plants in our podcast studio.
We have succulents in the front yard, though, and I have not killed any of them. And you want to know why? Because I'm not responsible for them at all. Mother Nature is. Mother Nature provides the water. Angie walks by and goes, oh, look how pretty they are. I don't do anything. I do nothing. I don't. Just like here. Like I got to create something that I wouldn't ruin because then I got the assistance.
You got the assistance. But, you visualize the farmer's market and now there is one. So you're definitely
putting that energy out
you
there.
You guys are in the groove for sure. I love
energy.
it. Hold on. Let me say it one more time. I love it.
Love
ding. You should have that ding.
You should do the ding. You should do the ding.
27 times.
So if somebody wants to book a class, if they want to find out more about you guys, where can they find you?
CraftedScentBar.com is usually the easiest way, or our Facebook.
Just Crafted Scent Bar,
We
right?
post so much on our Crafted Scent Bar Facebook as far as events and what's happening.
Mm-hmm. Instagram. Yeah.
Instagram.
So it's important to be one of those 1,500 or 2,000 followers because that's where you're going to find out where special events are. And
Yes. Emails. I do emails as well. So once you come to a class and you register, then I've got your email address, so you'll be,
part of
so you got to get to a class.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes, you guys need to book your class. Mm-hmm. It's a really cool experience. Unique. Can't emphasize that enough.
I'm going to do it for sure.
Unique experiences. You're sometimes looking for it. Like when we go on vacation and stuff, we're like a small place. Like, what is there cool to do that nobody knows about?
Right.
And that's what we look for because we don't want just
because that's what makes our brain remember something different. If you're doing the same stuff, it's like
And we're all about supporting small. So that's what we're about.
Indeed.
Well, guys, thank you so much for hosting us this evening. We're going to now eat some charcuterie.
Yum.
And
make a candle? Do we have time to make a candle?
You can.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
That will be awesome. We're going to make
it. Dan's going to finally make a candle.
You're going to take some pictures of me making a candle.
I surely
and I'm not
am.
going to make burnt tire, I promise.
We won't let you.
Well, guys, thank you so much for tuning in and
thank
listening
you.
once again to another great small business that we have right here in our backyard.
Yes, and thank you both for joining us.
Thank you. Really Thanks for having us.
Of course.
And don't forget.
Oh, wait.
No, I'm not going to forget. I was leading into it.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, don't forget at the end of the day.
No, I wasn't going to.
You had me.
So Dan and I finally started a Patreon. Well, we started a while back. So if you'd like to show your support for the store financially, that is. Other ways you can just do, Facebook.
For the store?
Live.
For the show.
Oh, for the show.
For the
Sorry,
show.
Whatever. I had one glass of wine, okay? Like, it's going to happen. You can go to
www.patreon.com/fineanddangie, and that's DANJEE, which everyone knows by now, but Angie spells her name ANJEE.
Special.
So we've got like 3 tiers, $1, $3, and $5, I think it is. And for those of you that have already signed up to be patrons, we thank you so much.
Thank you.
All the money from that is going towards providing the equipment and kind of the stuff that we use to put the podcast together. So we can't thank you enough for that.
Appreciate it. Very
Indeed.
much so. And remember, at the end of each and every day,
It's all fine and dandy.
You probably have that noise in there too.
You guys are awesome.